So yeah, I'm just going to take you through the agenda for today. So as Frank said, you're going to do your pitches first of all. Now the pitches should be no more than 3 minutes. I'm going to be quite strict, so I might cut you off if you've not finished. And what we want you to tell us about is your app, what's good about it and why you should win. And then after that, the judging will commence. That starts at 11. We've got lunch provided for you all as well today. And then at 2:30, if you could be in the room, we've got a press trip organised. There's quite a lot of media that would like to talk to you about your various applications. So if you could be in the room for about 2:30 to 2:40. Then it's 4:30, judging should be complete, and then the award ceremony takes place tonight at the Royal Northern College of Music, which is the main venue for the live programme. You've all been there already. So, without further ado, I'm going to invite the first team up on stage. And we'll start with Metroplus. If you could make your way up.
Good morning, how are we all? My name is Göktuğ and I'm from Istanbul, Turkey, representing the Metroplus team. Allow me to take you through the daily life of an Istanbulite. Born and raised and currently living in a metropolis of 15 million, I'm usually unaware of the surroundings of mine. It's actually 8 million people commuting every day back and forth through Asia and Europe. And of these 8 million people, 800,000 or 10% people are using a single transport mode called Metroplus. And just know that this transport mode is running on a single lane, passing through bridge traffic, not within its own lane. And also, in order to get in, now imagine yourself in day and night rush hours, just shouldering your way into and getting cramped like a sardine in a can. It's really difficult, but people have accepted this, and transport managers have actually currently maintained this status quo. Now, as a Metroplus team, we've stepped up to change this. We are offering the Public Transport Authority a tool for bulk transport for passengers from one hub to another. We are a team of transport engineers and developers, and we are capable of doing this. In the end, upon completion of our work, we will provide open data through passenger guidance systems, and this data is the first to be open to the public through APIs. But we've been networking relentlessly. It's difficult in Istanbul to get the open data, but we have informally gathered the go-ahead from the Istanbul Public Transport Authority. Our scope of work doesn't end there. We had a vision when we started, and that is to solve the unsolvable, something people joke about, Istanbul's crippling traffic. And from there, when we do this, we will change our revenue model. We will have 8 million passenger data, which will be monetized into customer profiles and location-based advertisements. From there on, we will extend to the world, because traffic is everywhere, and we will be where traffic is. Thank you.
Excellent. 2 minutes, 10 seconds. That's perfect. So next up, I'm going to invite GoOV onto the stage. Sorry if I pronounced the names wrong.
Here. Hello, good morning. I'm Lars from the Netherlands. I'm introducing you the innovation GoOV. The GoOV is an app for mentally disabled people, which helps them step by step through public transport. They make the switch from taxi actually to public transport. The effect is really humongous. We are able to help these people. We fixed it with 84% of the users till so far to switch from taxi to the public transport. What is the GoOV solution? It is an app for the user, very simple, with very small steps. It guides you from door to door like a TomTom does. So it gives you instructions on your way. Stop here, say hello to the bus driver, hold your card, press the stop button, get off. It is a portal. In the portal, parents are able to monitor the progress of their pupil. And it is a call center. And the call center also monitors if the parents are not able to follow their pupil or if something happens. The pupil might call and say, well, I'm stuck here or I missed the bus or whatever, and we help them with the call center. Well, the effect is, as I said, humongous. People are getting into the inclusive society for themselves. they are starting with self-esteem to travel. And the cost effect is also humongous. We are able to save 40% of costs for society for this group. So the people who are switching, well, they really make a big step in life, and they make a big step for society. Our next step ahead is to build an iOS version, to build an app also for blind people with an extra aid. And we are making a mobile portal for the parents, so if they are on their way, they can follow their pupil also. So as I said, those makes it all possible, and I hope you are willing to have a look at the app as I can show it here on the clipboard. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. You're doing very well. I've got a bow now, and if you keep this up, I won't get a chance to use it. Okay, so next up, TreeFox.
Hello, my name is Peter, I'm from Czech Republic, and I'm here to introduce our web map application TreeFox. Basically, it was built for administrators of urban green vegetation to easy them their daily work in the terrain. It helped them edit the data wherever they are and whenever they want. It also helped them with the GIS operation at the terrain and the print RTF document for the how to say, they want to cut down some tree to generate some document. The application helped them to fill out the document without their help. That's probably all. If you have any question, we are able to tell you more.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, next up is Geostep.
Hello everyone, my name is Diana.
And my name is Peter, and we are here today to present Geostep.
We are friends for 6 years now, and we are often go together for a walk. But he's sometimes late because he lost track of time because he played some video games.
As you can see, she gets mad because of this. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why. I mean, it's not like I don't call her and tell her that I will be late. It's not like you can just leave a game hanging in the middle, right?
Of course he can. As I know, there is stop button or save button in any single game.
Is there any gamers here, actually? Yeah, please, someone explain it to her. It's not that easy. That's just not able to happen. She never played the game in her life. We can obviously tell that.
Of course I have. Like hide and seek. Real games in real life with actual people.
So you understand our problem here, and we have to overcome our differences. So we came to a middle ground with a solution to create a digital treasure hunt service. So yeah, it's called Geostep, by the way.
So after we got this idea, we got a chance to implement it in hackathon in Montenegro. This led us to Turin, to Apps4Europe business launch, what we want, and here we are.
So yeah, seriously now, what we do have is a website where anyone can create a treasure hunt, digital treasure hunt game in just a few easy steps. You can go on geostep.me and just try yourself. And we also developed a mobile phone app, which is used to play the game. You have to find all the clues that are hidden in the form of a QR code. And they are hidden in a certain area that is represented by a circle in the map. And you also have a written or some description that you have to solve or just see it, so you can find that clue easily.
Main idea of Geostep was to make people go out and of course have some fun playing games. But also why we wouldn't apply the same approach in different areas like tourism, marketing or education. For example, we have an agreement with some universities in Montenegro and also Slovenia to use Geostep as platform for game-based learning. Also, we are negotiating with touristic organization of Montenegro to create some Geostep guided tours that would help tourists to have fun, to have adventure in our country, and of course to get some interesting rewards when they complete the tour.
And because we are here about open data, we didn't forget about it part also. The main idea of this project was not to be a leaders in the world of open data. We want to create them. We want to be seeders. We want to collect as many data as we can. We think that our project is capable of doing it, and then just process and give it back to the community.
So we hope that next year, Future Everything Festival, we will be here to present our own open data set. Thank you for your attention, and if you have questions, we are here.
Thanks both. Thank you. Okay, so next up, Allryder.
Hi, my name is Sam Maloney, and I'm the product lead for Allryder. We're located in Berlin, and we're currently 30 people from 20 different nationalities. So what is Allryder? Allryder is an urban navigation app that shows you all available transport modes, from public transport to car share, bike share, take your own bike and taxi. All in means that let you get to your destination worry-free. So how do we do it? We aggregate data from many different sources and put them in a single screen. From public transport authorities to car share companies, bike share companies, and Google Transit. So our users can easily compare how each journey will take them in terms of time and money. So by using Allryder, one saves an excruciating pain of downloading 10 different apps and comparing 10 different routes. We're currently available in all of Germany, London, and Zurich. But we need more open data to scale faster. Basically, till now, we've been negotiating with public transport authorities, but that model can't scale because most of them don't want to open their data publicly. So we're looking now into different sets, such as tracking their own routes, and also we're using more OpenStreetMap. We're also in the process of contributing more to the open data community. Just yesterday, we had an event in Istanbul where we're working with the local bus operator, helping them open their data. We're also contributing to OpenStreetMap, and we're in the process of opening our own data through API and SDK, and we have a hackathon next month. We're also in the process of making Allryder a viable business by helping businesses drive foot traffic to their company. For example, we're launching an app with Volkswagen to help people navigate in Hanover during Cebit. We're also launching an app with Lufthansa to help people get to the airport in time. So this is how we were able to transform open data to a viable business. And with more open data and with more distribution channels, we can benefit even more people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, the European Beacon project.
Hi, good morning. I'm Simone from Italy, and we, my colleague Andrea, and my two colleagues here, we developed the Europeana Beacon, and we started with a simple goal. We wanted to put the monuments in the city and all the landmarks we can find in the pocket of everyone. So we started with the data from Europeana, because there are a lot of good historical pictures and description and so on, and we did them together and collect them in our own database. But what we think was the next step is to use a new technology called iBeacon. It's a low energy visit transmitter that you can place near a monument, near the work of art, and while you're simply walking by your city or a new city, for example, like that, your phone will alert you and you are near something interesting, something that pictures, and so on. You can listen to the guide if it's been provided, or you can have your phone read the guide for you. More in depth, we are building a web platform for administrations, creators, and so on, where they can input data. They can create their own skeleton hunt for letting people go out in the city and explore by clues, find new monuments, associate beacons to every kind of monuments. They can put trivia in that, so people will have some quiz after the tour about the monuments they really visited, what they will really see, because with the beacon technology we can track exactly what people have seen, what people have not. We can tell them that, hey, you missed something, you need to go there because there's something interesting. And this information will be available to a lot of administrations as well, because they can know exactly why a monument has been seen or not, because how many people have really seen it, how long they stand in front of it, because it's also trackable, and so on. Thank you. That would be it.
Thank you very much. So this is my only challenge. Next up is Mnemosyne. Did I get that right? Yes.
Hey everyone, thank you for being part of this. I'm Costa, and I want to present Mnemosyne. We are a team of 3 programmers, Knut, came with me, and Thomas, and Robert, Christian. I'm not here, and I am a designer. So we met at Calling Da Vinci. It's a hackathon about cultural data, where we found out that tons of our cultural heritage is stored digitally, but in its complexity it's very hard to handle even by experts. So like having a fast car but no road to drive. So we want to bring this knowledge to the people and find out all about the secrets, and so that you don't need to be an expert to be an expert. That's why we developed Mnemosyne as an easy access to the cultural heritage. And thinking about inspiring archive approaches, we remembered Emmy Warburg. He was a cultural scientist who worked with collages on big presentation boards, and he called his work Mnemosyne Atlas. And Mnemosyne is a personification of the Greek goddess of memory. And yeah, now we had the perfect goddess for our project. And archives have the responsibility of storing, sharing, and making cultural heritage accessible. And besides translating the analog to the digital interface, there's obviously much more to do. So we think we need to do this, and we ask ourselves how to design an easy access to such a complex structure and how to pique curiosity. So we came along with Mnemosyne as a search engine combining 4 main ideas. First, we present only a small amount of search results on a collage, Abby's one. We developed a search algorithm that basically works like picking up a book in a library that's standing a few rows besides the one you've been looking for. And this one is always more interesting. Third, a rotary knob to control the algorithm. So it determined the degree of kinship. To keep the metaphor, you can decide how far you want to depart from the original book. And 4, to keep the process transparent and traceable, we add meta view. So we went a step further and developed an installation. It's over there. directly connects the analog exhibition space with the digital archive. And the special point of interaction is a watch rate knob, which keeps the habitus of an analog search. And with its special haptics of wood and concrete, it arouses curiosity, hopefully. So our aim is to blur the boundaries between the digital and the analog and bring it to the people. And we want institutions to liberalize their archive data and combine it with already existing open sources. And we are sure this will broaden the audience and increase the number of visitors and of course support the mission of the institution. Thank you.
Okay, so next up, FinanceTree.
Hi, I'm Peter from FinanceTree based in Helsinki, and this is the central government budget for Finland for the year 2013. It's got 800 pages in it, a few hundred different tables, only 2 years of historical data and absolutely no index. So for a politician or for even an expert, it's actually very hard to create a mental image of the government's finances based on that technology. So what we do with the FinanceTree is we've created software that takes Excel and CSV files and at the press of a couple of buttons creates an interactive visualization of all of that data and much more. So in a single interactive chart, you've got the whole organization's expenditure, income, metadata, time series, links to other documents. So you can really use it to tell stories about what the organization is doing, why they're spending their money in the way they're doing it. And we sell this, it's a standard, we sell it on an annual license basis to public sector organisations in Finland, to local government and also state organisations. Our customers include the Ministry of Finance and the Finnish Parliament. Actually, last year, the Minister of Finance at the time used our software to present the budget proposal for the coming year. So politicians love it because it saves them time, citizens love it because it's interesting, civil servants hate it because it hasn't been done before, it costs a little bit of money. And it's because of this that we've been trying to expand, or have been expanding, into the private sector market. And on that front, we've been working on some really interesting tools for analysing supply chains. But the next step in our project is to port our existing software into a cloud service, which will be freemium priced so that public sector organisations all over the world can use it for very little cost or free, while we get a revenue stream from charging companies for more advanced features. So yeah, our team consists of one full-time person, 2 part-time people. We've got very solid expertise in the field of design and software development. We're looking for more expertise to join us with commercial experience. And our mission is that by the year 2030, the Communist Party of China will be using the FinanceTree as a platform for participatory budgeting. Thank you.
Okay, next up, Aragon and Trails.
Hello, I'm Carlos Medellin. I'm a user interface developer and I work building geospatial application and data visualizations. And along with the rest of the team, we built our open trails that is a curated catalog of outdoor trails in Aragon area. We provide the technology for individuals and groups to help them get outside more. Technology rules everything around us, specifically software. From the elevators to our cars, we use it to get to our jobs, to get our day-to-day tasks, and I think we could leverage that to help us go to nature, go to mountains, and in fact live better. It's an index. You can learn about the characteristics of the trails. You can see the businesses around that, the hotels, the restaurants, and it all uses open data. We think that we could use technology not for the sake of technology, but to help us live better. That's it.
Okay, Plume Labs, please.
Hi everyone, I am very happy and honored to be here today. I am Anton from Plume Labs, and we are fighting against a global pandemic, against something we ignore, but that affects all of us. Something that leads to 7 million deaths every year in the world, and kills more than cigarettes and obesity. We are fighting against the world's largest preventable health risk, air pollution. Here in Manchester, we lose 3 months of life expectancy because of air pollution. In Paris, when we come from, it's 6 months. In Greece, it's a whole year. In India and China, it can go up to 5 years. 5 years lost to pollution. The solution: empowerment through information. If only we knew what we breathe at all hours of the day, we could avoid unneeded exposure. Runners wouldn't jog in the smoke. Family could enjoy a walk with low pollution. Thanks to OpenData, we built an app that allows you take back control of your environment. An app that helps you to know what you breathe in real time and receive alerts when things get bad. An app uses data sciences and predictive technologies to compute air pollution forecasts, so you can know how air pollution will evolve in the next hours and plan your day accordingly. An app that gives you personal recommendation on what to do and what to avoid doing in order to breathe better and to live better. Our app is the Plume Air Report. It's available right now on the web and soon on smartphones and smartwatches. It's live in 55 cities in the world and growing as fast as we can. And that's why OpenData is so important. Access to air quality data is the condition to make our cities livable again. So we need it now. We need it to bring the Plume Air Report to your cities and all across the continent. So go to your city hall and ask your mayor, make my air transparent, and we will do the rest. We are Plume Labs building the Plume Air Report. Thank you very much.
Okay, and next we have Bileit, better late than never. Very good. With a prop.
Hello everybody, so this is my salsa hat. I brought it to Manchester, it's a little bit broken, you can see it all over the plane. Yesterday night I was lonely, and this application is for people like me, lonely birds. I was looking for a salsa place in Manchester, looking like crazy desperately to find one of these places, but I didn't. Why? Because I didn't have Bileit here. So what is Bileit? Why did you create this application? First of all, to gather all the open data that most public and cultural and major life institutions are putting out there about cultural events, like sport events, like real spectacular live theater, cinemas, whatever. Put it all together and give me a last-minute plan. So just in case you just get out of work, you're tired, you have nothing to do, you have no one to go with, go for Bileit. What did we do this? I was working for like 10 years on open services and open data for semantic web services and web services, and we found out that there's a huge need from all these cultural institutions to somehow fill many places. There are a number of theaters and spectacles that sometimes they are completely empty. And this is just because people, they're really not aware of that, right? So what we did is we aggregate all this data, and we also found out that it was necessary to have a business model. Somebody yesterday in this very, very nice session you organized about OpenData said, well, I think this OpenData thing is fine, but you need a business model from scratch. We agree. I mean, we think that this is also important, and we use 3 combined business models. On the one hand, you can book on a very last minute, so prices are extremely low, and we are based on a pricing algorithm that is based on Markov algorithm. I don't want to get you bored in here, but it's basically changing. So the more time that you're getting to the spectacle, the less is the price. And we also try to avoid that everybody gets last minute, no? So if everybody gets last minute, then we come back to normal prices. That's one. The second is ads, so there's a lot of people advertising their own spectacles. And finally, we have also a back office that is based on a technology we designed, where all cultural people and cultural aggregators can already post their spectacles, their events, or even these kind of beautiful festivals. So thanks very much. Come with me tonight to the salsa, and let's use Bileit. Thank you.
Okay, WeOpenData.
Hello everybody, I'm Jan, I'm from Belgium, and I co-founded WeOpenData. And on the contrary of many, or basically everybody here in this room, we don't build application on top of OpenData, but we build a tool that facilitates OpenData. Because what we've seen 4 years ago is that there was a large technological gap between data owners and data reusers. So I think we can all agree that about 4 years ago, OpenData was basically downloading Excel files or CSV files or shape files from your local city's website. And that's not really a sustainable way of creating applications. So what we saw, we saw some technologies pop up that actually created an API on top of those files, which we also did. CCAN also did it, and Socrates in the United States also did it. But that's where they stopped. And what you see now is you have these mushrooms of open data. And in one mushroom you have a local data set about pharmacies, and in a different mushroom you have also data about pharmacies, but they're not compatible. Their columns are named differently, or the structure is entirely differently, and that's not a real scalable way of creating the uptake of open data into applications. So what we've done is we worked together with the University of Ghent, and in their turn in collaboration with the University of Harvard, of making technology called data semantics. And data semantics provides a way of actually creating scalable applications instead of just making a small application that's only applicable to your local city itself. So that killer combo of creating an instant API on top of data and creating also a way in the same tool of creating or linking your data into a linked open data cloud is very, very powerful. We've come from, since our student time in working till late in the local library, to the university's incubator, and then to our actually own office beginning of this year. Now, we're not going to just sit down in our chair and just watch the open data cloud grow bigger. We are very passionate about linking the actual open data into the open data cloud, making applications not only sustainable in your local city, but actually making them scalable. And that's so very powerful, so very necessary to create an actual sustainable uptake and commercial uptake for data. And I think that's very vital to the existence and the survival of a healthy and sustainable open data ecosystem that's very vital in today's digital societies.
Okay, that's it from Apps4Europe, and I think we should give all the teams a massive round of applause.